really holding up the
Bro,
bay.
you know how many trips we took to the bay?
I just remember that one time that dude was on his knees trying to get you to buy some shit, and then for you to sign on that credit card.
That's fucked.
It was like, bro, wipe your lip, bro. You're a fucking 40-year-old man, yo. Fucking. Nah, but he got on to sign up for the credit card.
Bro, I didn't know I was setting up for the credit card until the very end.
Mon, you there?
Yeah.
All
Hey
right.
guys, welcome back. Hey guys, welcome back to the new episode of This is a Fashion Podcast with your host, Mahantra.
Hugh Heffer.
So
And this is
today,
episode 7 of the podcast. Sorry, you're gonna say something? I don't want to cut you off.
today we are located in the Jaded London store. Is this the New York store?
Yeah, this is the New York store.
True, this is the New York Jaded London store. Very topical for today's discussion. We are sitting on some
Subjectively.
Oh yeah, subjectively. We're sitting on some marble desks that we photoshopped organically without the use of AI
Yeah.
into the room.
We don't use that in the podcast. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no AI on this podcast. This podcast is 100% handmade organic growth.
No polyester.
Yeah,
Organic cotton only.
Heavy, what you got on today?
What I got on today? I got my fit today is very like Y2K. What I got? I got this trapper hat on. You know, it has all these buttons on it. Like it's like really kind of punkish. It says like, "Dear mom, dear math, I'm not your fuck." What does it say again? Dear math, I'm not a therapist. Solve your own problems. It has a whole bunch of other occult buttons on it.
Yeah.
I put some other buttons on it, some horror buttons, because you know I'm a horror fanatic. I can't see that well on the fucking green screen. It has like some red paint on it, like you know, I don't know what that's about, but it's pretty cool.
Looks like PETA dropped blood on you.
It looks like I just like shot like a polar bear, and then shit starts squirting all over me. I'm wearing a affliction tee. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm edgy like that. No, I'm wearing some jeans I always wear, Urban Outfitter ones, the wide-legged ones. Uh, Chrome Hearts chain, fucking 40 chain. It's the same shit I always wear. I had one more bracelet, but I lost it at the gym. And then I got this new watch. Fucking, you see it?
That's
It's like a monster. It's like a monster on my wrist. It's like a dupe of this other brand. I forgot the actual brand, but this watch is a pink time. What?
Alabaster?
Nah. Like to be honest, I got my Alabaster like right here, but then this one's like a whole nother one. This one's way like cooler and everything like that. Like and on Tafi, I got the Sweetcoats because you know we're at home and everything like that. I was gonna wear some different slippers, but you know these are more comfy. Oh fuck, bro! I got on this fucking. I'm not wearing my Chrome Hearts pendant today. I'm wearing a Behelit. You know what I'm saying? It's from the Berserk anime. But yeah,
Someone
this
said
is
it's like it looks like a fetus.
Yeah, no, I have it's an unactivated version. So you know what I'm saying? Don't tempt me because I might sacrifice the whole gang just so I can get a power. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's what I'm going today. It's very like Y2K. It's very like you know, heavily accessorized. Like you know me, I go hard into accessories. Again, what are you wearing, bro? You look like you're wearing the same fit from 2 episodes ago. Again.
Dude, today I've put this shit on just because it's getting cold, but this is Yoji Yamamoto jacket again. I recently picked this up. Nice off the sale, 80% off. It was like $200.
Nice.
I gotta always take my headphones off for this part, but the cool part about this jacket, it's a stand collar with like little ties so you could tighten it and whatnot. So stand collar for Hefe means it stands like this, like turtleneck style.
Bro,
But it's also you can see this. It's also a fishtail parka. How the to show
like a
part, but just imagine it's a fishtail wherever the ass is. So very reminiscent of like that like 2015 fad. And then underneath, today, this one has a bit of a story to it. But back in like 2021 during COVID, you know, RIP, ALD had a drop for those New Balance 550s. I hit up um every girl that I was talking to basically um set me up with a raffle, and I didn't know, but every raffle basically hit. Um so I got like 3 or
Oh, that's
4
fire.
pairs coming in. It was fire, but it also meant the value was probably down because there's obviously a high supply, and then I also didn't have the money to pay everyone. I thought I was gonna like hit on one. Anyways, so the raffle hit. I sent some people some money. I got the shoes in. I flipped them to basically like either make $50 or at least make back my money. And I like um, mixed and matched the pairs in order to get like the least scuffed combination of like the left and right shoe together. Because some of them had like some QC quality control issues. Anyways, so in that regard, one of the pairs got destroyed in like Hurricane Sandy or something. I forget what the hurricane was back then, but the hurricane caught it on the shipping truck and destroyed the shoe. So ALD sent me a credit and like priority on the next drop. Through that credit, I was on the site for a while and I couldn't find anything, so I bought this long sleeve tee.
Yeah.
As you can see, it's not long sleeve. It was supposed to be black, but as you can see, it's like this gray. And on the tag, these
It looks like
bastards.
a wash black. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. So like when you try to writ dye something black and it doesn't come out black, it
Yeah.
says sample, not tested for commercial standard. So I've tried to like bring this to the real and sell it in a few places, but no one's taken it because of that. And then like I was just tired of having it. So what I did was with my 140-inch ruler that I got, or sorry, it's 48-inch ruler that I got. I measured the like length and I tried to get it to 24 inches and I cropped it. It's like a bit more cropped than I liked because I didn't really account for the rolling edges. But
Yeah.
then over the hems, I hand sewed this stitch going all around. Here, you could see it on the neck as well. Wait, it's on this side.
Yeah.
On the neck
Yeah.
as well. I did about half the neck, one sleeve. I
Yeah.
left one sleeve done, but I sewed the um, seam so it won't come apart. And I did the whole. Wait, I need to find one of the white parts so I'll show. And I did the whole like underside. So like this whole part right here is also sewn so it doesn't unravel. So it was like a little personal project. It took a bit of time. It's a bit nicer now and I like the fit. I also cut the ribbing off the neck so it has like this wide neck opening that's
Oh,
still like it shows, the
you and me are
traps.
different there, yo. Because I can never wear a shirt that's showing up like more of my collarbone or anything like that. I don't know why. Just I think it looks really
Yeah,
weird.
shy. I enjoy it, go to the gym. It shows it off a bit, and it's like it's a nice balance because it's like it's not so much where like if it's all the way down, it's showing off like chest hair. It's
Yeah.
also
Yeah.
not so much where like around the back it shows off my back hair. Shout out to puberty. So that's it. And then I got these Geth plain black brushed twill cotton Rick Owen pants I got from the homie Drew Garments
Shout
off
out
his
Drew.
holiday sale.
Shout out garment service.
Yeah, and I got Uniqlo socks on today because we don't wear shoes in the house. You dig what I'm saying? And also, I don't. I do have a pair that I have that I haven't worn outside, but I also want to keep them dead stock for now just in case. Oh no, I picked up a pair of Rick Owen fetish boots off the sale too that I want to sell, but they're like coated in this like waxy tape material that sheds. So I didn't really
Yeah.
want to shed all over my floor while wearing them for the podcast. So
Okay,
that's pretty
nice.
much it.
Wait, so like some dude was trying to deliver that shirt to you, and then a Hurricane Katrina basically wasted him and the like your original package.
Yeah, possibly because they said the shoe got caught in the hurricane and it like they
I
got
think more than
destroyed.
the shoe got caught in the hurricane, bro. I think the whole truck got fucking like swallowed up by the hurricane.
Yeah, so
And you said no one's trying to buy that anymore or something? I think we know
it's
why,
because
bro.
they sent me a sample.
Fucking. I don't know. I feel like people want samples more now because like it's more like exclusive and shit.
Well, it's like it depends. Like there's samples and unreleased samples, but the thing is like samples are sometimes not made to commercial standard, or it's like it's not like the fully finished product. So like one example is a website called Ukes sells a lot of like sample Rick Owens, but
Mhm.
sometimes you'll get a Rick Owens like jacket where like the button is supposed to have like Rick Owens embossed into the metal, and it'll just be a plain button
Oh,
rather
so it
with
kind of
like
looks like fake or some shit, like a dupe.
like yeah, yes and no, but it's like it's not completed. So it's
Maybe
also
to like
like
the uneducated mind, you know what I mean? Because they're like, oh, your shit doesn't have the Rick Owens stamp on the button. Like that must be a fucking rep.
yeah, exactly. But it's like you're buying stuff that aren't typically repped. But the other thing too is like if you follow the linear logical thinking, it's like, well, if that isn't completed, like what else? Like, is the zipper not their commercial grade zipper? Is this like, you know what I mean? Because sometimes samples, like, they won't spend as much money on it because they're trying to get the fit right, they're trying to get the proportions right, the zipper, the stitching, or whatever. So, like, there might be more constructural flaws that kind of like make it um not ready for commercial purposes.
Okay, nah, what's it called? How would you describe your fit? Like, what are you going for today? Like, I'm going for more Y2K. What are you going for?
I was going for kind of like chilling at home, relaxed. It's like minus 17 degrees Celsius outside for my Americans. That's like minus 5, maybe. I don't know Fahrenheit yet. Um, yeah.
Yeah,
Producer asking me how much does my at-home fit cost? Honestly, like the tea, technically free, but it cost a man's life because he got caught in a hurricane. So one life. Uh, I got the jeans
priceless,
off.
priceless, right there.
Yeah, I got the jeans off Drew for I think about 400, 450, which is like really good. They were like almost brand new. The jacket was 200. 80% off. I think the OG price is like almost 2K. Do the math, someone. Anyways, like it was like at least 1200, but 200, so 400 plus a life.
Yeah, nah, a
Yeah.
bit more than a rack, nah, because the jeans alone are like 500. The fucking man's life is worth another 500. Fucking
Whatever express shipping costs. Yeah. And then my Uniqlo socks are worth like probably like $4, but I might have got them on sale with employee discount. So
is
not that much. If I had the
is
other shoes on, it would be another rack. Oh, so something I want to talk about today is like this really interesting.
phenomenon about fashion.
I wouldn't like, I don't know if it's like a phenomenon, but this guy Michael Smith on the internet, social media and whatnot, he's been like interviewed by Vogue for his Rick Owens collecting.
Mhm.
So you could say he's a bit of a consumer, but he's essentially doing this challenge every February called Fit You Berry, where every single day of the month he tries to wear a different item from his closet, no repeat, and the whole point is to remind himself what he actually owns.
And like that's to like challenge the fact that like motherfuckers nowadays are like buying so much, yet they buy so many clothes, but then when they actually try to like put a fit together, they got nothing to wear. What?
Yeah, that's exactly right. Like the fact that distance exists says something about how most people, like including us, have no idea what's actually in their closet. And I don't know if this has happened to you, but like I've like gone out and I've been like looking for something or like a pant or a fit or something that fits like an outfit. And then I go in my closet, I'm like, oh shit, I had this whole time. Like this actually works perfectly. Or I might have something that almost fits the bill, but all I need to do is kind of get it altered in order to like just get it right.
Uh, yeah, no, I don't. I feel like I don't like forget. I feel like that doesn't happen much for me, but I do forget about like what I have sometimes, or I'll buy something and then like I'll probably wear it like once or twice. And when I
Hmm.
bought it, I'll be super stoked to buy it. And it'll probably be like it'll cost like mucho money and everything like that. But then at the end of the day, I only wear it once or twice, and now it becomes like a museum piece in my closet as opposed to like actually being something I wear out. You know what I mean? And then
Yeah.
fucking I end up selling it low key if I want to let it go. Fucking, do I ever regret selling anything? The producer asked. Yes, so many things. Like I go through my grail a lot, and I'm just looking at this graveyard of fucking fire shit, and I'm like letting go for like dirt prices, and then like, bro, I used to have so much Supreme, and it's like this is not like your basic Supreme. This is like rare Supreme and shit like that. And now I'm like trying to find it. Like I sell it on Grailed, and I'm looking for the same item that I sold, and I'm about to pay more for it. So it's like, yeah, no,
Yeah.
bear shit. It's like,
Yeah.
it's nice. It's nice to keep things. I think at one point I kept buying a lot of shit, and then I'm like, oh, it'll be so nice to have this in the future. I look in my closet, even if I don't wear it, it's just a nice like memory to have that you have like these nice ass pieces and shit like that. But you know what I
Do
mean?
you
Like,
or
yeah,
not you, but do you still have any skinny jeans left in your closet?
I have that one pair of skinny jeans. They're a pair of nudies that like I used to wear all the time, and then I used to like I took them to that seamstress, our boy Haroon, and he
Hmm.
fucking like fixed them up because they're ripping everywhere. So I have those still, and I'm not gonna lie. One day I did put them on like just to see what was good, and I took them off right away, bro, because like I just was looking like I was from Atlanta, fucking
Yeah.
looking like a YN. Yeah, I used to dress like kind of like a YN, where I wear like a nice designer hoodie. I'd wear like these skinny ass jeans and I wear these big ass shoes, and I might wear like a hat or some shit like that.
Yeah, or even like with the slippers or whatnot, you do it with the suikos and all that.
Yeah, yeah, 'cause, like
The soft
any
on.
like big chunky shoes, like skinny jeans, and then like you know, like a designer hoodie or like a Supreme hoodie or some shit like that. You know, slightly more expensive than your regular one.
Hmm.
But yeah, I wasn't putting much fashion. I wasn't putting much thought in my fits at the time, even though I still felt like I was always putting that shit on. Okay.
No, it's interesting because I ask, right? Because it's like it's interesting how the fashion industries is like just become this like cyclical thing where even though your closet's full, you feel like you have nothing to wear. And like I'm cognizant that that exists. So even like myself, like I think I still had a few pairs of skinny jeans in my closet up to like a year ago. Just in case, you know what I mean? I'm like, bro, like I know this shit's gonna come back. So like I don't want to
Yeah.
rebuy it. Bro, so like these pants were so skinny. It was these like Acne Studio jeans. Where when I came back to Toronto last year, I didn't have like any Heat Tech long johns, so I wore
Mhm.
the skinny jeans. It's interesting, right? It's like even then, it's like you have things in your closet that you can like recycle for other purposes, but we're always like forced to think that we have nothing to wear, even though our closets are full.
But I think there's like many things that explain that though. It's like firstly, there's like trends. That's one thing.
Hmm.
Secondly, like you're always trying to follow the trend. Um, and then you're gonna end up burying some shit. You're gonna do some spring cleaning, and you're gonna see something like that's one of the reasons why I've been selling so much of my shit, and I regret selling it. It's because I haven't worn this shit in like a year, and it's just collecting dust in my closet. Realistically, the money is better in my pocket than the actual item. But
Hmm.
in like a fashion like sense, it's like, bro, I just like let go of this nice ass piece, and now some other dude got this nice ass piece, and realistically, I want that shit back in my closet. But the trends are constantly changing. You know what I mean? Like you don't know
Hmm.
what's really acceptable to wear anymore. Like skinny jeans to baggy jeans, and we're already thinking that baggy jeans are going out the window, right? And everyone's going back to like more of like a boot cut flare, right? And like
Well,
at one point, that was like the beginning. But yeah,
I
what?
think I think bootcut flare and the whole like baggaging thing was kind of happening like simultaneously as like an alternative to have that big width on your shoes without going full skinny. I do think people are like trying to come up with new ideas, like to be fresh. Like TikTok shows you 100 different fashion ideas a day. Like people are gonna try to force the skinny, but I don't
Yeah.
think we're back to a point where we have a new popular pant silhouette yet. Like I think people are trying things out, and it's like perpetuating this like cyclical waste that's constantly being pushed by the fashion industry to make you feel like what you have is not enough. But I don't think we're there just yet, where a new pant has become the de facto silhouette.
Yeah, no, I see what you mean. I just think that like a lot of people just don't know what actually looks good on them sometimes. Like they're just like they're following blindly about the algo and shit like that. So they just end up buying whatever they think looks good on them. If you're like really short, or if you're like 5'7" to 5'8", or like not even like you're like 5'6", 5'7", or some shit like that, and you wear like baggy jeans and you're not wearing like big shoes, bro, those jeans will swallow up your whole body, you know what I mean? And then
Hmm.
even with the hoodies, like, bro, I bought these hoodies from like H&M. I don't no one roast me, but yeah, I bought these hoodies from H&M, and freaking I ended up like fixing them where I put these like not these aglets, the snap buttons across the whole thing. Remember I showed you, Mohan?
Yeah.
I put snap buttons across the whole like thing so I can basically crop them whenever I want. And then realistically, I should have just fucking bought cropped hoodies. And then now I'm like I'm buying cropped hoodies, and I'm not wearing these H&M hoodies anymore, but I am just wearing them in the house just to like, lounge and everything.
Hmm.
Either way, like I'm buying too many hoodies. I'm not wearing a certain amount of hoodies, and at the end of the day, like all this shit is gonna end up in the landfill, and money's out the window.
Yeah. Essentially, right? Like your closet didn't get worse, but the algorithm told you it did. Like that hoodie didn't get any different than when you liked it, but it made you feel like what you had wasn't enough.
It made me feel like I had like the cheap version of like the crop hoodie. You know what I mean? Like it was cool. Don't get me wrong. I thought it was cool that I had snap buttons all across the thing. They're like
Hmm.
different color snap buttons, like a rustic gold, like a silver, and like a black. So it's kind of like I don't know. It's like it's very it's very unique to some extent. Like you won't find this anywhere else.
Hmm.
But like it still doesn't look as good as if like the hoodie was actually just cropped. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So I feel like many people they don't know their true size and they're really just buying clothes that actually don't fit right. So that's why they keep buying and then they keep selling and end up donating to the Valley Village and then
Hmm.
like you said earlier, you cropped your shirt and you kind of cropped it like kind of too much, right? I feel like that's
Yeah.
something that happens a lot too. I crop a lot of my shirts and now I'm kind of going back to like wearing baggy shirts. Like this is not a good example because this shirt's cropped, but
Hmm.
this one's not a bad crop. This one's like I probably cropped like 2 centimeters just so I can have the roll up effect. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. You're just not trying to have it touch your Johnson.
But I like it when it's like right above my belt. But then fucking yeah, I'm not trying to hide the print all the time. You know what I mean? Or I'm not trying to show the print all the time. What if you gotta what if you gotta tuck up your shit one time and then you got a crop shirt on, bro? That's just gonna be poking up. You know what I mean? Like, what world? Yeah.
I tucked down, so I don't got that issue.
You tuck down? You
Yeah,
tuck down? What do you mean tuck down? Bruh, your shirts are too cropped. Your shirts are too cropped. That's why you tuck down, right?
Oh, that would just be that the print made me uncomfortable, so you just
Bruh,
hide it by taking it
you
down.
happy to see me, or is that an iPhone 17 in your pocket, bruh? Know what I'm saying the Pro
I'm just
Max.
saying, I'm trying to keep the cheetah print on my clothes and not my and not my bulge.
All right,
It,
all
it,
right.
it's
Again,
interesting though, because like it's kind of like what you're talking about in regards to selling your Supreme, wanting to rebuy it.
yeah.
Sometimes like I'll buy a jacket that's similar to another jacket or a pair of pants that like fits like another pair of pants.
Now you always
And
do that, bruh. How many boots do you have, for instance?
no, no, I can't count.
Yes, more than you can count, more than you can remember. And then like
Yeah,
how many Yoji jackets do you have?
5. If I
5?
had to guess.
And would you
Yeah.
say they're all kind of like somewhat similar? You know what I mean? Like,
3 of them are like almost exactly the same. They're just in a different fabric.
bruh,
Yeah.
there's
That
overconsumption like right there by definition.
so like my point though is
Yeah.
why do we all forget what we own? And not in regards to like buying something that looks similar to something else intentionally, whether it's like because the cut's a little different or the fabric's a little different. but more like we just almost consume without intention. It's like I bought this thing that meets no purpose in my closet because I have nothing to go with it, or I bought this thing that is almost identical and I just literally forgot I owned it, or even like I need to buy something new because I have nothing to wear, but my closet's full. Like, why do you think we all forget what we own?
Um, I think firstly, yeah, the trends are something that like basically make you feel like what you had before is like old season, like that shit's never coming back. And that like that's one thing. The other thing
Hmm.
I think is like outfit dysmorphia, which is a huge thing. Fucking, because like one point, I think I was always wearing hats, and I'm wearing a hat right now, but like I was always wearing like fitteds, and then
Yeah,
it's because I probably didn't like my hair at the time, but I had so many fitteds, and then I'm just like almost collecting them at some point, and
yeah,
like you get like a little bit of a high when you open your closet. You're like, damn, I got all these fucking nice fitteds and shit like that, but I'm really only wearing two of them. You know what I mean?
yeah, like the
And then
NYC or the Chicago
pardon?
or whatever. Like you're only wearing like the NYC fitted or like the Atlanta fitted, but you
Yeah,
got like
yeah, like
good teams you never heard
basically
about.
like that. But it's like not only that, it's just nowadays I never wear fitteds, and at one point I started putting them back on, and I'm like, yo, this shit look hella weird in my head. And then now I got this huge like, it's like I have like seven fitteds in my closet, and they're all just collecting dust. Yeah, no, yeah, it's definitely my hair. Like I got like a perm now, so like it's like a bit different.
Hmm.
But like it still looks good. It's just that, bro, when you have a perm and you put a fitted on, you kind of have to put it on where you tuck your bangs up. And if you ever take your hat off that day, bro, your hair's gonna be looking crazy, like
Yeah, the hat hair is super cooked.
super cooked. But yeah, man, I think outfit dysmorphia, body dysmorphia is something that like really stays along that like phenomenon, that like overconsumption effect, and also
Mhm.
just like constant comparison to like you're looking out on your fucking algorithm, like, damn, this should look nice. I want to put that shit on like that, and then like you end up buying the shit just because you think it looks nice on the other model, and then you get the shit and it doesn't look that good. Can also a lot of impulsive buying, like I think impulsive buying is just like it's kind of like a normal human emotion because like humans always want something new. They always want something new and shiny, right? So
Yeah,
fucking yeah, that's about it. You're like in the mall, uh, bro. You might buy something just because it looks good with your fit that day, and then you might not really like wear it out that much like after that day.
yeah. I feel like that exists a lot. Like I definitely think like fashion dysmorphia, as you put it, is a very real thing because there's definitely things in my closet that were my favorite or are my favorite at some point, and then you go through winter. I think winter changes up the silhouettes a bit, and then you get back into summer and you're like 100% linen t-shirt that you rocked the hell out of last year. It was your favorite shirt. You put it on with every fit and it looked really good. You put it again next summer and you're like, bro, why is this shit too long? Or bro, why is this shit too short? Or bro, why isn't this like do what it was doing last year? And I think like that instinctually makes you want to go find something to replace that, but it's so hard to like replace your favorite. Although like even with what do you call it? Like sporadic purchasing in the mall, I think like as I get older, I personally do less of that. Just because I'm trying to be so conscious of like, am I getting a good deal? If I'm going to spend $300 on this transit leather jacket from Century 21, even though it is a good deal, where else could I put this money to get something that I actually wanted, something that was on my wish list?
Mm-hmm.
So like I think there's like a smarter version of consumerism now, but even with that smarter version of consumerism, like of course there's fashion dysmorphia, but there's still overconsumption. It's not like COVID 2020 when everyone was getting the stimulus checks and they were buying everything on their grilled wish list because they could, but we still have that sensation that we're unable to like scratch that itch where we feel content. And I do think it's because like fashion right now is set up to make you feel like your clothes are expired, even when they're fitting perfectly fine. It's not. going to get any worse. It's just not on the trend, and the trend cycle keeps moving. The goalposts keep getting pushed out, and what counts as good no longer feels good anymore.
Do you think like that's because of fast fashion and they're like constantly making like all these like micro seasons, you know what I mean? It's like before we just had like spring, summer, and we had like fall, winter. Now we're having all these drops and then it's just like I guess like I don't know if it's the designers or they're just trying to be too different. I don't know if it's modern fashion students that are just trying to be like too avant-garde when we already know that like they're already avant-garde. They don't have to prove that to us, you know what I mean? Fucking like you know what I'm trying to get at? Like these guys just like we get it. Y'all are like kind of gay Europeans. Like fucking like, you're not gonna be the next Rick, yo. You know what I mean? They're gonna
Right.
eat me alive. They're like, yo, this guy's wearing an affliction shirt from fucking Zoomies. And then fucking
Wait, so let's dissect that though. Do we think that because of fast fashion, right? That
Yeah.
like there's all these drops in between the seasons, that's what's perpetuating the hyper consumerism, fashion dysmorphia, and closet forgetfulness.
Um, sorry, repeat that one more time.
I said to dissect your statement, you're saying because of like brands like Jaded London and Shein, because like there's all
Bro,
these.
those two brands aren't the same, yo. Jaden Lennon and Shin are not the same. Yo, okay, wait, one thing.
Yeah,
So we're right now our backdrop. We're in the Jaded London store in New York. You know what I mean? And then me and Mohan have two different opinions about Jaded London. I remember when I found out about Jaded London, I'm like, yo, this shit fire, bro. Like, this guy's like, bro, why would you shop there? That's the worst place to shop in your entire life. Like, they support child labor laws and everything like that. Yeah, so does everyone else, bro. But then, so I'm like, bro, let me buy the shit and let me see when it comes in. Let me see like if it looks good and if it actually like it's good quality, and I'll let you know about my opinion and everything. And bro,
yeah,
I have like maybe like I probably only have their sweatpants, which is like that's a bit of a I don't have everything. I haven't bought like a jacket from them. I haven't bought a t-shirt from them or anything like that.
yeah.
But like, bro, the sweatpants are really fucking like good quality, man. Like no doubt, like
Okay,
fucking
so
good
my
good
my
cut. Okay, yeah, go on. I'm sorry.
sorry, my perspective, right? My one perspective is I don't trust in Hefe's judgment on what is good quality. But secondly, the reason why I said don't buy it there, because I came across Shaded London in like 2021, 2022 when the parachute pant trend was really big. And I
Yeah.
really wanted a pair of their parachute pants. So I'm like, dude, I do not want to drop $200 on these like pants. All these like niche influencers, all these like modern fashion students posting on their Instagram with the Jaded London pants. I'm like, dude, these things look like they fit perfectly. So I took the screenshot of the pants and I searched up Taobao, and I'm like, oh shit, there's like they have these pants for $20. And I'm like, bro, there's literally a fucking brand here called Jaded London that has the whole Jaded London store, but it's 1/10 the price of the stuff that Jaded London's selling. And if you watch the videos that people made about Jaded London back then, you're like literally getting the exact same pant from Taobao for $20 versus Jaded London from their store. And you also, without knowing, own two of those pants because you bought them off me when I was moving. The two parachute pants, I think one
Yeah,
was in
yeah.
black and one was in
Those
like
those
green.
weren't those aren't Jaded London, though, right?
We're Jaded London. Those are
Those
the
aren't Jaded
Taobao.
London. They were Taobao, right? Like,
Yeah, no, but those are the exact pair that Jaded London sell.
nah, bruh. Like I seen the parachute pants on Jaded London, and I have those pants that you sold me. And I'm sure like in some sense the quality could be the same because parachute pants are parachute pants at the end of the day. They're thin pants with a certain cut, right? Fucking but like if you see like that's from 2021 as well. If you see the current parachute pants on Jaded London, bro, I'm not gonna lie. I'm like thinking I have them on my wish list, and I'm like, oh, am I gonna buy these or am I not gonna buy these?
No, I
Uh,
just think it's like the thing in men where it's like that when you don't see something in hand or like you don't see the full picture, like essentially like if you see a shorty from far away, or like you see only like half her profile, your brain instantly just transposes the best possible image onto that unknown mystery. And I think it's the same that you're doing with these pants. You're like, oh, like I haven't got them in my hand. They're probably like constructed with flat filled seams and like salvage denim, and they actually have pockets that don't need to be altered to get deeper because they're so damn small. But like, trust me, from my research into those pants, like that is pretty much what the actual pant was like.
Okay, but like you've never owned any item from Jade London, right? Like, be honest.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't stoop myself that low.
Nah, bro, you can't have an actual opinion on it if you're only watching like YouTube reviews from 2021 and then you're comparing like fucking a Temu pants you bought that you had to alter to get the pockets deeper and everything like that. Cause like, bro, the colossal fucking sweatpants that I got from Jaded London, I have 3 pairs, low key, and like the pockets are deep, the fucking cut's good, they're thick, they're, you know what I mean? They're not. The cotton's not cheap. Like everything is like straight on. They don't even lint ball. You know what I mean? So it's like,
Cotton supposed to limp ball.
well, that's the thing. Bro. Like you're saying the quality's so bad, well, and they're not lint balling. So like, bro, like right there, you know what I mean?
Supposed to
That's like
limp
one off
ball.
your checklist right there.
What
But
makes what Hefe, what makes cotton good quality?
what makes cotton good quality?
Yeah.
What makes cotton good quality? The person who picks it, bro. That's what I said. Like, the modern fashion student who picks the cotton, bro. You know what I'm saying?
They wouldn't be satisfied unless I picked the cotton myself.
Freaking nah. Everyone knows what I'm talking about. Everyone knows I'm not trying to be like racially offensive or anything, right? I'm just being you know what I mean? When you're designing the thing and you're picking your types of cotton and you're picking like the cut and everything like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna stop talking with that.
So okay, last point on this topic before we go to like I guess I'll circle back to the main topic.
Yeah, yeah.
Some examples of like what these pants were, the parachute pants for our producer to flash on the screen. Um, but what like so there's essentially these allegations, right, that they had Jaded London where people were finding out that they were just whitelisting stuff off of AliExpress, off Alibaba, off Taobao, right? So
Yeah.
like and they're also finding like they're getting packages, I believe, of Jaded London that still had the Shein tags on them.
That's wild. Like I don't believe that. But like yeah, no, go on.
So it's like, you know, in that regard, like how do you really discern like what you're getting isn't just being like brand washed or green washed?
Like, bro, like I'm like I know I can't really describe like what makes like cotton good and everything like that, but I'm not no like like idiot where like I'm gonna put on something and I can basically tell if it's Shein versus like actual like somewhat like manufactured in a better way. I definitely think like what you're saying. Like, I don't know how far like you're talking about. Like I definitely didn't discover Jade London when you discovered it. I did it like probably a lot years after. But I just think maybe when they first started up, they were doing that, and that probably like fucked up like their image of their brand so hard. But I think now, bro, I think they're actually like, I don't know, putting work in, or at least like, it's more of a legitimate brand now. Like if you order from Jade London, that shit gets shipped out like right away. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah, because
it's
they
like
got it off the Shein. They got
nah, bro, they got a whole fucking like a team behind them and shit like that. And like just like let's just like clear up the room too. Like I'm not buying Jaded London to buy like are you saying Jaded London is kind of like Zara? Like they're like just basically like making cheap dupes of like what's like designer and like high fashion?
Um, yeah, I'm saying that, but I'm also saying Jaded London is like a marketing company that knows how to make imagery to make you think you're buying into a lifestyle where they're actually just buying secondhand goods and selling them to you for first-hand prices.
How do you know that they are first hand prices? I'll agree with you with that. But how do you know that like they aren't actually like believing in that lifestyle? Like we're in the Jaded London store right now, and how many stores do you know have a smoking room? You know what I mean? Like
And
that's
I just feel like that's like such a
like a pick,
gimmicky,
it's
like
like a pick me type of thing. Like
it's very pandering in my opinion. But I'll say like let's leave this to the audience, guys. What do you guys think? Jade London, love it, hate it, Shien or Art? Let us know.
yeah, no, what's it called? I just want to say one more thing. I think it's like similar to anti-social social club. Remember how they first started up, and then people thought they were like super nice, but then when you actually got the hoodies, it was like, oh, this is just a Gildan hoodie, and it's like
Mhm.
fucking screen printed or something like that. And then like it harmed their brand as like identity so hard that when they actually started, I don't know, making new designs or at least like making new seasons, everyone's like, nah, bro, I'm not gonna cop that because they're not gonna ship. And second of all, the motherfucker's shipping Gildan, bro. So I
Mhm.
just think it's like a similar. I think it's a similar like upbringing where like they tried playing their audience at first, or they took the cheap way out at first, and when now it's like they're not doing the cheap way out, but it's like it's already done enough harm to the point where like certain people, like for you, for instance, will think that like they ain't doing that shit anymore, and they still selling Shin. Looking Shin tag still on. That's crazy though.
I, last point, and I want to bring up the LA Fashion Beef follow up because some shit went down with that. Uh, but what I'll say is, next time you're in New York, let's go visit the Jaded London store, and we could kind of like firsthand see. And I say next time we're all together to do a live episode of the podcast, let's do a bit where I'll buy a bunch of stuff that are like dupes from like Shein and like maybe a somewhat reputable brand, and then have you guess which one is like the dupe, which one's the expensive item. I think that would be a cool segment.
That'd be so fun, bro. Like we'll do a vlog. I know the producer's gonna enjoy like visiting Jay Lun's store. We'll have him like in the smoking room real quick. Face reveal. Fucking bro, they have like a smoking room and they like have a DJ in there at the same time. Like that's so cool. And then no, I'm down though. Yeah, that'd be so fun. And I'd love to see your face when the look on your face when you realize that shit was before and it's not now. You know what I mean? Okay, that was the last point on that though. You said you wanted to talk about that LA fashion beef that we talked about last time, or was it the R Wang continuation?
Yeah, so essentially, like everyone's had their say in it, and eventually the guy. Oh, okay. Recap of the story. Essentially, once upon a time, there was this brand called Ion Gaff with two friends named R Wang and Nick. R Wang loved Nick, but was a little bit emotionally abusive when it came to being his like manager. Nick designed, R Wang did business. They built up Ion Gaff, and Arwang loved Nick so much he created this brand called Euramon for Nick and gave him ownership. That also started to blow up and become really popular. And eventually, through business differences, Nick essentially kicked Arwang off the label completely and took him off it and pursued it by himself. But not only that, they stopped being friends. So there's like several videos made by R Wang about the subject. They kind of left it alone, and then R Wang recently kind of like dropped a bunch of videos, crashing out Kanye bipolar style on Nick on what was going on. Um, this involved talking about how he antagonized the black community in order to a retention farm or view farm or to grow his audience. This also included talking about how Nick's girlfriend did some stuff and things that we won't talk about here because we respect women. And then he also talked about a lot of allegations toward Nick, but also like that he loves him, and like a bunch of back and forth. Anyway, so Nick
Yeah,
finally responded to the allegations. Um, he essentially basically said he's like disappointed in the community and Arwang's friends for like not being there and egging him on and like like taking advantage of like a man who's going through distress. He basically said, "Keep my girlfriend's name out your mouth. Like she has nothing to do with this." His girlfriend
Yeah.
also dropped the video calling him a misogynist or something. He denied some of the allegations and basically said he's going to hold no animosity because the line that they keep both repeating is letting go is loving the past or some shit like that. I don't know. They're really into Frank Ocean, the Facebook story type stuff, those skits. Um, and then R. Wang immediately replied and basically says, "Yo, address the allegations because you're not gonna drop those." But he seemed kind of depressed. But he said he woke up. He just woke up, so it could be one of the two. Um, that's more or less the update. I don't know if there's been any further development. I kind of hope like this dies out, or like I hope that like this is all fabricated and they're like playing us. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Do you think it's fabricated? Like, their girlfriends are getting involved and shit like that? Like, seems like kind of like really personal at this point.
Yeah, but my thing is like it's like LA, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
everything in LA, I just think kind of feels fake.
it's a reality TV kind of type
Yeah,
of shit.
reality TV. It's like the Red Hot Chili Pepper song "Californication."
Or that Travis Scott song, Houston Fornication. Yeah,
Oh,
no, it's a modern take on it. Yeah, like,
it's actually a good analysis because I never realized that might have been a take on Californication.
bro, I didn't even know of Californication, so you said that, but I knew this was, you know what I mean? Again,
Yeah,
that was a good one though. Astroworld, that was actually a good one. Again, Utopia wasn't that good in my opinion. Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. That's an interesting on the fashion beef. I want to talk about this kind of lines up back to like the topic of today, which is overconsumption. And it's basically, Kai Cenat is doing that thing with the Vivet, his brand. It's a lot of like hype around it, a lot of build up around it. Kai Cenat is a huge streamer, or as ASAP Rocky would say, he's a podcaster, and fucking basically he's like making it such a big he's making a rebrand where he's not gonna stream anymore and he's just basically gonna work on his brand Vivet. Vivet is Latin for I think it's he or her. Basically like trying to be very I don't know, very avant-garde himself. This motherfucker going to Paris Fashion Week with a book, with the worst fucking fit ever. He's just wearing all black. You know what I'm saying? We already know how we feel about that.
nice.
There's no actual expression or anything, and it's just like playing it super safe and shit like that.
Mhm.
Motherfucker not even fat, and he's wearing all black. Like what the hell? Okay, so what happened is some random like Chinese brand basically released these like fake they did a fake drop and it made it seem like it was real. I guess it looked real and everything. Here, I'm gonna post like the some of the jackets they dropped and those jackets were selling for like 200 um bro 280 but basically it wasn't a real brand. Like it wasn't the real Vivek collection, and then it sold out. It sold out in minutes, and now after it sold out in minutes, the brand just fucked. Like the website went completely like off the radar. It doesn't exist anymore. Motherfuckers are basically spending $228 USD for these fucking leather jackets. They're like kind of like crocodile leather. They're leather bombers. They kind of look like Pel jackets, if you know what I'm talking about, like those old
Mhm.
New York style jackets, which I can kind of fuck with to some extent, but I think they're really ugly. I think they look ugly on me. I think they look ugly on other people too. But I guess like the story here is that motherfuckers are so quick to like just follow the hype and just like impulsively buy, like throw their money anywhere they want, just because they want to be like, oh, I want to be the first dude who has the Vivet collection. I want to be the first dude with the Vivet jacket, the Kai Cenat jacket and shit like that. And now that
Mhm.
like they're out like fucking like $228 USD, and then and like you know what I mean, they got scammed. Fucking yeah. What do you think about that, Mohan? I don't think I told you about this yet. And like, give your opinion on the actual jackets because I personally think they're ugly, but like,
Yeah. What do I think? One, we don't need more brands or like people who, like, how do you describe this? Like, if you make shoes in order to make money or in order to come off artistic or deep or philosophical, if you make shoes for an extrinsic reason, you're going to make awful shoes. You know what I mean? Like, if you've ever been to a restaurant that is only there because they want to make money, they make awful food. We need people to make shoes who love making shoes. Because if you've ever been to a restaurant where it's someone who loves making food, the food's fucking fantastic.
Of
And I
course.
think like all these extrinsic brands coming into the market are like super dumb. There's this one guy I met in New York, who's like, "Yo, I'm gonna start a brand. You guys look great. Do you want to model for it? Here's my info." And he starts talking to me, and he's like, "Yo, I've got this brand, and I'm trying to like look like Jonathan Anderson. He likes my posts, and like I think it could be the new ERD or the new Poly." I'm like, dude, like, why are you making a brand? Like, what is your reason for being in the market? Like, what are you making that has an actual purpose for existing that isn't just going to end up in a landfill 2 years from now? And he basically read the message and never responded to me. And I think it's like that's how real this is, right? Like none of these people want to actually think about this shit when they start a brand, right? Like what are you doing that some dude in like fashion school in the UK can't do? And to a better degree of excellence, right? Like you don't know what kind of stitching needs to go on the pocket in order for that shit not to rip. You don't know how big the buttonholes should be in order for them to not get stretched or not fall out. You don't know what material the buttons should be, right? So like, or even what kind of like zipper to use on what kind of fabric. So like, what are you creating that isn't just actually garbage, right? And I think like the fact that people like went on this jacket and they're like, oh, the ribbing is made out of the same fabric as the crocodile skin on the leather. Like, yes, this is totally believable and could totally exist. Yeah, let me just buy this AI generated jacket.
I was gonna say,
Like,
you think these are fake jackets? Like they're definitely AI?
yeah, dude, like look, producer, pull up the jacket and just follow along with me real quick.
Oh man, yeah, I just zoomed in. That looks bad, bro.
Yeah, we're waiting on this. Producer, pull up the
Just the black one.
either any of them, the recording studio, one of the jackets that Hefe posted. Yeah, yeah, no, I'm just gonna go through this. Okay, let's zoom in onto it together, right? Like enlarge this. Go to the green one, like make the big one like the focal point. Okay, I'm gonna describe this to you guys who are in the listening audience. It is essentially like imagine like a Letterman jacket, like a bomber, a blouson, but it has a collar, not ribbing for the neckline, right? There's a zipper going down the middle. The zipper pattern looks really odd. Like you can't tell if it's a metal zipper, a nylon zipper, or a plastic zipper. Going down the body of the zipper, there's the Vivet logo that is flush with the zipper, like a cross, and it pokes out and goes from the body under the shoulder hem onto the sleeve. And it continues on perfectly. And you could even see the line from the logo go from underneath the armhole to the sleeve. So this insinuates that it's connected,
Yeah,
but
you
there's
can't move
no
your
way
sleeves now.
that can be done because the armhole above there should be a disconnect where like the armpit and the body are like where the sleeve is and then where the torso is, but for some reason this logo is jumping across the arm. Secondly, if you go down and you ignore these like points, you know, some of this fabric manipulation stuff like 2D clothing stuff, whatever, it can be possible if you like have no knowledge. But if you go lower down, this jacket is made out of like a crocodile leather, whether it's pleather or leather, for $228. And then the ribbing on the sleeve and the hem of the body are made of the same fabric as the jacket, which like it's not impossible to get like a coated ribbing to like mimic the appearance of leather. like even though it would be like crusty and like hard and like you'd lose the stretch, but it's just like it's not very possible. And also like I wouldn't expect it to look so exact, but it just looks like an AI has rendered like the texture from the jacket onto the ribbing. Like it just doesn't even look like a real garment, to be honest.
You're right. Like the Vivet logo goes right across the fucking sleeves of the jacket to the point where it's like you wouldn't even be able to move your arms if they actually, you know what I'm saying? You'd end up ripping the jacket or some shit like that. Again, no, I never noticed that. That's crazy, actually. Like that's crazy that AI can just like dupe motherfuckers like that, where they're fucking spending like half like $500 for like a Pel jacket that doesn't even exist.
Yeah, if you look at the green one, it looks like the whole armhole is like attached to the entire body of the jacket.
That could just be like, you know, how the picture's taken, like, you know what I mean? Sometimes like people manipulate that shit. Like, you know, the Depop hoodie fold, you know what I mean? Where you try to take it, you know what I'm
No,
saying?
that's one thing though, but it's like if you've done that, you would know like it's so hard to get that flat, but it looks fused. Like it doesn't look like there's a break, right? Like that armpit on the left side, the jacket literally looks fused to the arm.
Yeah, nah, yeah. It looks like yeah, I see what you mean. I don't know, at the end of the day, bro, I think crocodile leather is like really ugly to begin with. So it's like
Yeah,
I
keep that
wouldn't be buying these jackets.
keep
Like
that shit in the Birkin. Honestly though, if like what's that brand? 14th Addiction, which you know they still haven't shipped my stuff from the first podcast. If they made a crocodile leather jacket, it'd probably be kind of cool. Like it probably wouldn't be like 100% crocodile. You know what I mean? It'd be
yeah.
like patches of like distressed crocodile. But I think there's a time and a place. But for the most part, just keep that on your like Birkin bags.
Yeah, nah, I agree. I think it's like what do you call it? It looks like a Zara jacket, honestly. And like
Yeah,
I already know how I feel about them
I think
shits.
the real question is, do you think the modern fashion student would be able to style one of these?
Look, and I think the modern fashion students think they can do whatever they want, bro. The motherfuckers think they're God, yo. Fucking yeah, like you ain't God, bro. You ain't my boss, and you ain't, you know what I'm saying?
No, but yeah, also just to clarify, because we had a clip do somewhat well on Instagram where I was talking about the modern fashion student wouldn't be able to be put in a room full of like other generations of clothes and be able to put a good fit together. And then the context was we were talking about people who were like brought up and educated on fashion through the internet. So that's why we ended up euphanizing into the modern fashion student as a euphemism. But people took it literally as like guys who are like in FIT right now or like other fashion schools, Ryerson, etc. Like people who are in school for fashion took it very personally to heart. Um, which honestly, just like, you know, if you're gonna be in fashion, don't be so soft.
Nah, yeah, no, you gotta have thicker skin. You gotta have like crocodile leather skin and shit like that. But I can definitely understand if they're paying like you know thousands for tuition and everything, and then like they're getting dogged by like a motherfucker wearing an affliction tee, like why they would have their panties in a bunch of shit. But nah, yeah. Again, that was a good one. Again, we don't hate modern fashion students, by the way. What's it called? In a sense, me and Mohan are modern fashion students, but we're self-taught. You know what I mean? They ain't gonna like that, yo. Okay, yeah. Do you want to say anything about how Jaden Smith is now the first men's like creative director for Louboutin? Like,
Uh, It's actually pretty interesting, right? So it's like he put out his first collection. He's a creative director, but it's like it was almost like a collaborative collection as I take yeah. So it got a lot of bad press. People were not a big fan of like what he put out. They were saying he put out like clown shoes, semen shoes, Elmo shoes.
tickle me Elmo.
Yeah, people were a big fan of like some people liked the shroud shoes that you posted in the first one. Some people weren't a big fan of the bag. They're saying all the pockets just looked like it was like a last minute idea with the logo on them. Um, the Louis Vuitton bag with the print. I forget if people said they liked it or like he was copying that like Dior ASAP Rocky like um print with like the mosh pit.
Yeah.
Either that or Jean Paul Gaultier. Like people just had criticisms all around. Like the boots are ugly. The shoes look like Crocs. Your dad slapped Chris Rock. Like people are just like going off on him. And then the other side of the like audience were people saying, well, like, why is this criticism being done to Jaden? Like, your white designers who make mediocre shit don't get criticized as hard. Like, why is like ASAP Rocky? Why is Virgil? Why is Kanye? Why is Jaden Smith always brought up when you're talking about people being illegitimate designers? It's just another form of racism.
What? So you think people are just being openly racist about the fact that they don't like the stuff? Like
I, I
this shit's pretty hard to some extent, not?
I think like some of the ideas are pretty cool. I think the dress shoes are pretty cool. I think like it's like way more comme des garçons than anything. Uh,
Okay.
yeah, the boots. Like I don't really know about the boots. Like
You don't like the fur boots, right? I could tell you don't like those.
no. So I'll actually get to that. But oh my god, the match is destroying my stomach. I shouldn't have made it the non-authentically. Um, the
This guy took 3 Tums before the podcast, and his stomach's still getting destroyed.
yeah. Oh my god. Um,
Okay.
the boots with the straps on them, the duck boots, I guess. Like that kind of look like Uggs.
Oh, those are so hard. You don't like those? They look like almost like medieval kind of armor type of shoes. Like
They remind me of these like dredge subhuman shoes, kind of that this like independent designer made with the way it has the fold over stuff. Like I like the concept. I don't like the education. And what do I mean by like this concept? Like yes, I do kind of look like medieval knight shoes. The red belt straps like feel a little bit forced. Having Christian Louboutin on the strap feels a little bit forced. I like the toe box, how he went with like a duck boot toe box. But in my
the toe box
opinion,
is so hard.
yeah, I
Yeah,
just
sorry.
feel like they look more like a sample than a completed product. Like
That's interesting. Do you
I
think they
just
look
feel
poor quality or something? Like poorly made?
a little bit. They do look cheap, but like I just feel like this isn't this. It doesn't look like a completed idea. It looks like a prototype.
Bro, is that like a red wait, is that like a red buckle or is that just literally because it was taken in a red room? Because like the entire room is red, you know?
No, it's a red buckle. It's because Christian Louboutin is like red bottoms.
Yeah, yeah. So you think
Um,
any of these have red bottoms though? Or do you think they got rid of that?
you could tell the shoes, the whole shoes have red bottoms.
Yeah.
The light is
Okay, yeah, yeah.
okay. So on to the Elmo ass shoes. I don't like. Here's my thing, right? Like Rick Owens, me being a big Rick guy, uh, literally makes these same shoes. Let me pull this up for the producer real quick.
Nah,
I
but
mean,
like you know why he did that though, right? Like fucking I'm sure he was going for like a mix between like a futuristic feel and at the same time he was blending like old shit like 90s hip hop and like what's current too. So you know what I mean? Like those are really popular nowadays, like the fur lined boots and shit, like the fur boots. And then he's kind of just like bringing that to like the forefront of high fashion. I don't see this as a men's shoe though. I see it as like a girl shoe.
yo, Boonstar, please show the shoes on screen. So my thing is like Rick Owens and other brands like Marnie and whatnot have already done this boot, but a lot better. And it's like this is like a boot that is like super popular. A lot of like fashion elitists, a lot of like fashion moderates who have like a lot of money. Northwest literally just wore this while performing in Mexico City with Kanye. It was like either with this or it was like this version of it, but she had like some version of these boots. I'm just putting up more reference examples. for a producer to put in. But like Rick has been already doing this for a while. Other brands have been doing this for a while, and like these are like pretty well executed in the sense that like it's combining the lacing system. The fur is like somewhat trimmed or like flared in a way that like gives the boot shape. And I just think this like the Elmo version of the boot is like once again it just doesn't feel done. Like I don't think it's bad. Like the Rick Owens one, even though it's like very raw, it's like it feels like a completed idea. I just don't think like the Elmo shoe is a complete idea. Like I know like he just got announced the creative director and they just put out a collection. I think it's like a lot of like the timeline was just too crunched, and I think that's like part of fashion. They're always trying to put out new things, make you feel your old things obsolete, like out with
Yeah.
the in with the new. Uh, 4 collections a year. We need two a season. We need to have one for the resort. We need to have a pre-collection, etc. And like maybe Jaden didn't have enough time to like really flesh out his ideas.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but like I also do think that you can be like critical of something without being an ist, right? Like, or even like, I think like you can have like moderate ideas without being in the right or the left of politics. And I think people just try to polarize this issue to be like, oh, you only don't think Jaden's a legitimate designer or a legitimate creative director because he's black. And it's like,
Bro, I don't think anyone saying that. And I was
yeah,
like,
people don't like, I don't think that's where things need to jump to politically all the time. Like depoliticize like this part of fashion. I understand fashion is very political, like this fashion commentary on like what's going on with police brutality. There's been fashion um, commentary on what's going on with the current state of the world, whether it's like the war or you know like punk culture or discrimination or segregation. But like you know that's typically in the collections and how the collections are received. I don't think like all the time it's like collection is bad because person is racist. I think sometimes maybe person is racist, but the collection can also be moderately bad without it being a racist take.
yeah, no, what's it called? I just don't really see people saying that much about like it being racist or anything like that. But like I guess like what you're saying that people are being really political about him doing this shit or what?
Yeah, there's like a few creators on TikTok that I enjoy. They have interesting takes here and there. Like obviously, I think like all of them are black. There's about 3 of them, and they're like on waning on like different parts of like the spectrum as it comes politically. Like one was critical of Jaden's collection. One was um like the collection wasn't bad, but there was like hits or misses. And then the other one is like it's funny how the same people who say Jaden's collection are bad also say Virgil's not a real designer, say Kanye's not a real designer, say Jerry Lorenzo's not a real designer, and it's like this anti-black mentality in the fashion industry. And as I do think like as we're gonna get into it, like Dolce Gabbana having 100 all-white models is somewhat like of an anti-black thing in the fashion community. I think like we have to be able to like be critical of the work without it always being a personal attack onto the artist, right? Like the same way we can all separate some of Kanye's tirades and still listen to his music but not agree with his anti-Semitism.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're just talking about like separating the art from the artist. Freaking
Exactly.
appreciating
Yeah,
the art for what it is. Like
exactly.
so you be bumping R. Kelly still. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, to be honest, I never bumped R. Kelly, but you know, I believe I can fly still hits from time to time.
That's very convenient of you to never bump R. Kelly, but then like you know what I mean? Ignition remix was pretty fire and shit like that. I don't know.
Sounds
Epstein
like you
files
know
just
what
started dropping
exactly,
everything too,
right?
you know what I mean? No, I wanna
Yeah.
say like all jokes aside, I do wanna say something about the collection really quick. I see what you're saying with the fucking Elmo boots. But you know, in a sense, this guy's still a young guy, right? He's inspired by like what we're kind of inspired by. Like, I think he's like 27, 28. You know, we're like 30. Freaking we're like essentially in the same um algorithm in a sense where like he probably seen the Rick Boots. He's now the designer for fucking the cultural director, creative director. Sorry, he's now the creative director for Louboutin, and he's like, yo, I want to. I know what he said. He said he wanted to make like a multiverse of shoes for men. So like in a sense, that's why you see like some of these shoes are so different from each other. There was more dress shoes as well. Like I only posted the ones that were like very like very avant-garde, very like out there, like the fact that they're like Swiss cheese and everything like that. But yeah, I just think that because he's like of our age and shit like that, he's inspired by the same stuff we're inspired. And like you mentioned Virgil, freaking if you look at like two of these pieces, they're directly from Virgil, yo. Like fucking the Christian Louboutin like leather bag where it has all the text where it says like coins, keys, chargers, hard drive, paintbrushes, pills, you know what I mean? Like that alone is like from Virgil's Off White. Also, the Swiss cheese boots. That's from fucking Virgil Off White too. Remember he would release the fucking ball caps with the holes in it, and then it's like or like a bite mark in it. And at first, everyone's like, "Bro, why would you ever wear that?" And then people were buying it, and shit was selling out. So like, um, yeah, no, I just think the collection for what he did, it does look a little bit rushed, but maybe it looks a bit rushed just because like we have like prior knowledge of these influences and we just think, oh, this motherfucker just put whatever was on his mood board out onto the collection. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Bless you. Again.
thank you.
No, but I agree with the Elmo boots though. They could have been a bit more well executed. But if he put like fucking straps and like laces on them, and shit, it would be a direct copy of like the Rick Owens ones, nah? Just in
Like
red.
I agree with like that would be a copy, but I think like you should, as a creative director, you should be able to take something's DNA and put your own twist on it. I'm also showing different references that people are comparing the shoes to. The last one being Comme des Garçons Vans that came out before Off White Fall Winter 14.
Hmm.
Uh, with
Oh, you're
holes in.
saying that the holes are more CDG than like off white.
Oh, I'm saying like everything's referential, right? Virgil could reference that, then Jane could reference that. But one of my favorite YouTube like fashion content creators, I think his name is Bliss Foster, made a really good video that is akin to what we're talking about. And if you're in fashion and you're a fashion designer, and like one, you don't know how to sew, you don't know what stitch to use, you don't know what the name of this cuff is that you on the shirt that you're wearing. If you're watching the same TikTok, Facebook, YouTube algorithm bullshit that I am, and you're getting influenced by it, and you're not out there like looking for inspiration and like really trying to like create a narrative of your own, then don't do it. Because there's people who die, bleed, and live for this shit who are like going through like vintage magazines, who are looking through like super old records, who are like studying like Nazi Germany, Hugo Boss, and Chanel, and like
Yeah.
all these things that like are like very fringe and niche, and they're trying to actually make their own world versus like you're watching the same content that I am, and now you're in like this huge position, and you're just recycling stuff that like not only existed, because like everything existed, nothing new's under the sun. We've agreed upon this, but you're referencing things that are like within like a decade of like your creation. You know what I
How do
mean?
you- But like, how do you know? Like, I do see what you're saying, but how do you know like these aren't his vintage magazines? You know what I mean? Like him studying like the previous like the CTG or the Virgil fucking Off White releases and everything that could be his vintage magazines, and just because he's not doing it at the same like way that you
Just
want him to do
a
it
modern fashion
is it
student.
pardon?
Like he's not doing it to the same scale of a modern fashion
Yeah,
student.
like what's it called? Exactly like that. It's like this is essentially like it's like we're in a like a fucking future. We're in the future now. You know what I mean? We're fast forward. I know like people don't like the idea of fast fashion. I don't like the idea of fast fashion either. But like to say that like what's it called? That I have to like basically know the one, two, and three about how fashion is made and not just like to know what looks good is kind of I would say it's like judgmental, nah?
In order to put something out there, like you can have an opinion, right? Like you can be a fashion consumer and know what looks good. But like, dude, if you're making a fucking car, I expect you to know how to make a fucking car. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Yeah, okay, but what if like you know how a car looks good, then you have a team that helps you make the car. And the team that makes the car has prior history of making the car and shit like that.
See, like, and I think like this is where we can discern the creators. Where I'm like, Kanye, like, couldn't always rap in the sense that like he didn't know how to always write the lyrics, but he had a team that knew how to write lyrics and he knew how to say the lyrics in a well executed way. Maybe he didn't know how to sew, but he knew what looked cool, and he got a team to make these crazy new and innovative stuff. But like Yeezy, for example, right, was a very like modern take on shoe design. Like there was never like this neomorphic alien biological silhouette of a shoe that existed before Yeezy, and now everybody's copying that look. There's like Justin Bieber with Skylark. I don't know what the other brands' names are, but like there's a lot of these companies that are basically copying Yeezy. Entire Studios is another one, which they were like ex Yeezy employees, but that was an aesthetic completely made from someone else's referential point that's new. I understand Jaden isn't that like old, or like he's like still very young, but
Mm.
he still has all the access to the internet, to public libraries, to fashion archives. He actually has more access than you and me, right? Because he can get on a private jet and fly to Paris and go look at like the Louis Vuitton Museum of Archival, like whatever the hell they have, and really like go deep. And that's what every fashion designer does when they become head of a house. They dig into the archives and they figure out what from their DNA can they put into like the brand's DNA. And you know, like things change and you have different ways of doing it, but like ultimately, like you either need to come with a fresh take or like the ability to make something proper when it comes to making clothes. And I think like Jaden in this case didn't put his best shoe forward. Do I think it's like 100% fair to call all the pieces shit? No, I think some of the pieces are pretty good. I think they're maybe like not great for the brand Louboutin, but like also like you know give this guy a chance to put out another collection and grow. But I do think like if you're a creative director or a fashion designer in a huge fashion house, that I agree with Bliss Foster's take that dude, get the hell off like TikTok, get the hell off YouTube, and get the hell off Instagram, and go like actually enrich yourself with a culture, a community, or an inspiration that is a fresh take, and it isn't just the same Rick Owen knockoffs that I could go make off of Alibaba if I sent them 4 pictures and a drawing.
Okay, yeah, but like and at the end of the day, like he is the creative director, right? It's like he's more putting out a creative like vision as opposed to actually being the one who manufactures the shit. You know what I'm saying? So I know what you're saying. He needs to have knowledge of it, but like to say that he doesn't is a little far fetched too, nah? Because how do we know he's not doing that? How do you know he's not like in these circles where he's like doing the research past just being on TikTok, past just being on fucking Instagram?
Dude, it's look at the post we put on. The proof's in the pudding.
Bruh, honestly, like with the vans with the holes in it, those are CDG, bro. Those look bad, man. Like fucking, those look like Keds. You know what I'm saying? And like,
Dude,
I'm not saying every piece that he put out in his collection was good. But I will say that he did put out a comprehensive collection. You know what I mean? It feels full. There's like 35 pieces in it. I think we only put like 12 pieces up. So it's like
mhm.
it's not really doing it justice. But I think there's enough pieces on there to be like, oh yeah, I would buy that. I would buy that. And then it also breathes new life, like a new young vision to Christian Louboutin. And originally Christian Louboutin wasn't like that, you know what I mean? But is it Tums hitting your stomach? Is it,
No, no, I'm just putting up more examples. Okay, so okay,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's go look at it.
which one of these shoes would you drop $1,700 US for? Let's go through this.
What, you only post one what, like, out of the Vans with the holes in it, or
No,
these
no,
fucking
like
Roblox shoes?
no, yeah, we're gonna go through. These are Jaden's shoes. These are part of Jaden's shoes.
Yeah, but
The
I'm
ones
not
that
saying this is part of the collection?
yeah, this is part of the collection. This is a
Okay,
comprehensive world that
I
this
think
person enriched himself in some like ancient Latin culture and like creative wisdom to draft,
okay,
right?
keep posting them, keep posting them. I think, like, wait, are you saying these, like, little, like, spiky shoes are his too?
Yeah, those
Bro,
are
those I
his.
think bro, I think those are hard, but then, like, I wouldn't buy them myself, but then I think those are hard. And then,
But
I've actually never seen that before.
what in this world is like, you know what I mean? Like I think it's a good effort. Like I don't think it's like
Bro,
bad.
those are
Bad.
his? Like, that's a grilled link you just posted, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, these are still part of his. I'm just posting them
okay,
from.
because 'cause I'm like, "What? Like, they already on grill? That's crazy." I think, like, the clown shoes look crazy, bro, like, I wouldn't wear that shit. Um, I think at the same time, though, he's really trying to play along with Christian Louboutin's, like, strengths, which is the color red, like, this, like, really crimson blood red. Um, did he execute it well with everything? No, but, like, fuck, bro, like, I would definitely cop these, giant duck boots. I would no doubt I would cop those duck boots.
For
And then even this little bag with the mosh pit, I think the mosh pit bag looks, like, super dope. Maybe I wouldn't call it the bag, maybe the card holder, because you know what I mean? I'm not wearing bags like that. Like, bro, you're asking me if I'm gonna wear all red shoes. Nah, I'm not gonna wear all red shoes. You know what I mean? You know that for a fact. But I don't speak for everyone. You know what I mean?
but I'm saying you would pay 4 grand for those Louis Vuitton space boots.
The duck boots.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would. Like, I'm not gonna, because I've never seen shoes like that before. Like, I know they're duck boots at the end of the day, but, like, I think the way he executed it looks cool. Like, I think they look nice on your feet and everything. Like, your pants would, like, stack nicely on them. Um,
Dude, I'm trying to
just say,
find the other shoe that he dropped, but I literally can't find the reference. It's this red one I put up, but instead of the red paint, it's white paint.
it's white paint. Uh,
Yeah, so it looks like someone nutted all over your shoe.
did you see the cowboy boots that he posted that he made? Like, you didn't think those were kind of hard?
Wait, is it these?
Uh,
Wait, hold up. Fuck. Is it these?
don't kill me. That looks like that. Nah, they're not those, but those look kind of cool too. Like, yeah, bro, those are pretty cool. Those look like demon boots. You know what I mean?
Well, guess what? Those aren't Jaden's.
Oh, what's it called? Like, either way, either way, man, that's that was a you tricked me with that one. But I'm saying the other stuff. I'm not saying I like every piece in the collection, but I'm saying, like, my takeaway about this is that, like, he's kind of like breathing new life in the brand Christian Louboutin, and he's doing it from, like, a young mind where he's drawing inspiration maybe from other brands, maybe from other
Fine.
designers and shit. But
Yeah.
like he said, bro, that's what he's doing.
I don't disagree. I just think like do better, Jaden. But like I'm here to support what you're doing. That's all I'm saying. Do better. Look,
Oh.
it's the nut
Yeah,
shoe.
no, those are interesting. Those are interesting. I wouldn't wear those. I wouldn't wear those. But there's a lot of things I wouldn't wear. You know what I'm saying? But those are interesting.
Yeah, guys, I just so you know, topical subject that we discovered while we're on the subject of these white painted shoes, but there's about 50 grams of protein in 1 liter of cum.
Oh yeah. Oh no. Did you say 50 or 15? It's 15.
50.
No, it's 1 5. It's 15.
No, it's 50.
No, it's 15.
Oh my god, let's search this up right now. The fact
Bro,
that we're
it's
arguing this is out.
no, it's 15. It's 15 grams of protein in 1 liter of cum, and that's why we said it would be stupid to drink 1 liter of cum because you would rather just eat 3 Cliff Bars or some shit like that.
No, it's 50.
It's 50?
Yeah, wait, I'm just googling it. How much protein in 1 liter of semen?
They say
Oh my,
semen or some shit. Yeah.
yeah, a 50.
Oh, yeah, bro, either way, that's fucking, like, a terrible, like, intake.
That's
Okay.
the protein.
Yeah, nah. Are you posting that?
Yeah, I posted.
Yeah, nah, that's wild. Freaking so you basically have to, like, 3 liters of cum just to, like, actually get your daily intake.
Yeah, or 6 pairs of Jaden Smith shoes. Okay.
You want to say anything more about like overconsumption? Do you have any like final thoughts on it, man?
Honestly, like, onto the point of overconsumption and, like, overcreation, right? Like, I think at the end of the day, I still want new clothes. I don't know, like, how to get around purchasing more, right? Like, it's kinda comes hand in hand. But, like, people who don't know how to make clothes, putting stuff out or scamming people, like, whether it's Levet was it Vivet?
Yeah,
Or
Vivet.
yeah, or Jaden Smith's, cum shoes, like, they're not helping the situation.
Okay, yeah, no, I agree with you. Like, obviously, like, I always want to get new clothes. Like, we're fashion dudes. Fucking, you always want to get what's new, or just like you see something else that's new, and you're like, oh, damn, I want that. Is it going to be hard to like remember what's always in my closet? To some extent, yes. I think if you're always going through like a stage of like spring cleaning or something like that, it's not going to be that tough because you're gonna really be able to see what's gonna stay and what you're gonna constantly wear. Um, I think it's also tough like, when you have like outfit dysmorphia, where you have a full closet full of clothes, but you end up wearing like the same like 3 to 5 outfits or the same like palettes. You know what I mean?
Mm,
Um, so yeah, I think in that sense, you just need to be more comfortable with expressing yourself differently,
mhm.
and in that sense, you can go back to an old like jacket and actually mix it with a new pair of pants you bought, and then boom, you got a whole new outfit. You know what I mean? You,
Mhm.
you know what I'm trying to see? Like when you actually do that and how good you feel about like, oh damn, like this actually works so well. With this freaking and I don't need to buy that new jacket. I don't need to buy those new pair of pants because I already got that shit.
Yeah, it's, my mom tells me all the time, she's like, "Before you go shopping, go shop in your own closet first."
Yeah,
I think,
no.
um, like, challenges like Fit You Berry, are really cool just to see, like, what you have and what you're ignoring. Buying less isn't about being a better person. It's actually about paying attention to what you have. And I think it's like the same message Thanksgiving has, like, be thankful and like take account and inventory of what you own rather than like seeking extrinsic external validation. I think like a lot of these things are like intrinsic. The value's already there. You just have to look for it. And just like my final thought is overconsumption isn't just about how much you buy. It's about how fast you forget what you bought.
Yeah, no, I think you don't want to actually have that psychological gap where you have a closet full of clothes and you're always just like, what am I gonna wear? You know what I mean?
Mm,
Um, I think it's impossible to escape impulsive buying though, because that's just like a human nature emotion. You know what I mean? Where you just fucking it's very distracting me. But it's like human nature emotion where you just want like the newest thing, and like brands will never stop making new things. You know what I mean? Even though everything's that's under the sun has already been like released,
mhm.
um, it's easy to forget about these trends, and yeah, nah, I just think it's better to like nah, yeah, I think it's hard to like escape impulsive buying. Like I'm still gonna do it. Like you know what I mean? I bought this watch recently, and I bought another one 2 weeks before that, right? Like, and,
Yeah, you're like, damn, it needs a twin. It's got to keep
yeah,
it.
nah, Zach and Cody, bro. Like, and
Mhm.
now I need a triplet, yo. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need one that's more digestible when I actually like go to like higher class events because I can't wear this at a higher class event. Everyone's gonna be like, "Yo, who's that dude that fucking on the watch? That's just a problem." You know what I mean? And like,
I'm gonna leave you and the audience with this. If you wore something different from your closet every day for the month, would you still feel like you needed new clothes?
yes. And then I'll ask, what trend are you officially done with? Like officially done with? And where you can't say skinny jeans because that's such a fucking easy cop out.
Cheated
Um,
London.
you never wear Jaden London ever.
You got your only pair of ladies in London pants for me.
All your Yoji jackets look the same. All your Yoji jackets look like graduation gowns. Okay.
Mm.
What's it called? We want to thank everyone for fucking 100 subscribers on YouTube because we finally hit 100 subscribers on YouTube. We really want to thank that. Run up our accounts too. We have Instagram, we have TikTok, we have Threads. The Instagram and Threads are kind of dupe, but you know what I mean? Like fucking either way, run that shit up. We're posting clips constantly on Instagram. If you're
Mhm.
not gonna watch the full episode, watch the clips, you know what I mean? But then you're gonna watch the clips and not get the context and you're gonna get like really mad about it, and you know what I mean? You're gonna be regretting your fucking modern fashion fucking student tuition, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like nah, we're gonna do a giveaway soon too. Mohan, when do you want to do the giveaway?
Yo, announcing the giveaway.
No, no, like when like how do you what 150, like 250, what 200?
Um, let's think. Like 1K before September, because I'm gonna try to come back to Toronto in September.
Oh, nice,
And
nice.
yeah, we're playing around with the ideas of the giveaway, but I think we're gonna do like a challenge where we will like style an outfit from like Yeezy or another brand, like God forbid Jaded London, and then we will give away the outfits. And whoever is like the lucky comment subscriber share bot person will get the opportunity to win one of these outfits. Oh, that was the wrong one.
Nice.
I don't know what's
Yeah, was that an elephant? Like what that was that? Yeah.
the soundboard. Oh, sorry. This is a fashion podcast. I am your host, Mahantra.
And I'm Hugh Heffer, you know what I mean? Hugh Dit. And this was episode 7, It was you already own everything you need. So look in your closet, bro.
You dig what I'm saying and dig in your closet before you dig in your butt, twin.
Yeah. All right. I was signing out. We'll
Yeah,
catch y'all later.
later.